Give me one sec. Okay, hope that's better. Okay, give me a thumbs up if that's better. I hope my connection is stronger now. Okay, all right, so today we are going to be making a DIY bird feeder. And while I was researching how to make a DIY bird feeder, I was quite surprised by how easy it is to make one. Okay, good, thumbs up. It's quite easy. You could use common household items. So what I'm going to be using is an empty milk carton. So I emptied it and I rinsed it out. This will act as our birdhouse. You'll also be needing some scissors. I'm going to be using a cutout to help me trace a window in my house. You'll need a pen or marker. A thumbtack has been useful for me. You will need some string to hang your bird feeder and a pencil because you'll be making a perch for your birdhouse, and also some bird food. And for the bird food, don't think that you have to run out to the store and buy bird food. You could use common items that you have at home. Like me, I like to snack on sunflower seeds, so I threw in some sunflower seeds in here. Also eggshells, so I crushed some eggshells, which will be really good because they could provide a lot of calcium for birds. You could also use other types of seeds. Like the other day I cut up a butternut squash and I scooped out the seeds and I'm drying them out right now so that I could eventually use them in my birdhouse. Okay, perfect. So let's get ready to begin crafting. All right, so first of all, I'm going to take my shape to trace a little window in my birdhouse using my marker. And I'm doing this on both sides of my house. Okay. Next, I'm going to take my scissors and punch a hole through the center of my window. So you want to be really careful when you do this. If you are a kid watching at home, you definitely need some adult supervision to do this. So once you punch a hole through, it's pretty easy to cut around the shape. All right. This material is kind of sturdy, so it does take some time to cut through. But that is a good thing because it'll only make my house sturdier. All right. Okay. So I'm wondering, what is your favorite bird? I feel like everyone has a favorite bird, and it says a lot about a person. Like me, my favorite bird is a mourning dove, which are pretty common birds that you see out on the streets. They're really beautiful, and they are my favorite birds because I grew up around them. My grandpa used to actually collect them, and he would build these big bird cages in his backyard, and he would just have them in his backyard. So I grew up surrounded by them. So every time I see them, it reminds me of him. Okay. All right, so it's not coming out so perfect, but I could definitely refine the shape. So what is your favorite bird? Double-crested cormorant. Those are really awesome and beautiful birds. They have amazing crystal blue eyes, and they like to hang out by the river. Okay, now I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. You punch a hole in the middle, and then you start cutting around your shape. So I'm curious to see what items you might use for your birdhouse, because like I said, you could use a variety of different things. When I was doing my research, I saw people using plastic bottles, empty plastic bottles for their birdhouse. I even saw people using wine bottles. You could use an egg carton, all kinds of different things. So I'd be really curious to see if you're using something other than a milk carton, because you definitely can. Let's see, I'm getting there. All right, cutting around. Also, what I'm going to do off camera when I'm finished with my birdhouse here, I'm going to paint it, because if I painted different colors, a bright color, it will attract more birds. And I'm just excited to see what birds start hanging out outside of my house. Okay, so after I do my cutout, you see that? I'll refine it in a bit. I'm going to poke another hole at the bottom so that I could add a perch to my birdhouse. So I'm going to do this about ½ an inch from the bottom using my thumbtack. I'm going to poke a hole. And then I grab my pencil, and this will act as a perch. So you poke it through, and there you go. You have your perch. And this will look a lot prettier once I paint it. Next thing I will do is I will grab my hole punch and then punch holes at the tops so that I can hang my birdhouse. So you punch a hole on either side. Either side. There you go. I'm gonna grab my string and put the string through my holes. Knot it. All right. And voila, you have your birdhouse, and you hang it outside of your house on a tree branch or wherever else you can. Again, I would love to see how you make your own birdhouse. I would love to see what materials you use. So please share what you created. Tag FoLAR.org, hashtag River Stories. Yeah, so thank you all for watching this DIY birdhouse tutorial. And while I have you all here, I wanted to talk about a few other things that we have going on at FoLAR. Well, a lot of you may know about our great LA River cleanup that we host every year. So for the past 30 years, we've been hosting these great river events every year in April. And thousands of volunteers come out and they help us clean the river. And it's such an impactful event because you could truly see a difference in the river. You go down after and there's a lot less trash, and it's just amazing because it's the proof that volunteers could truly make a difference. Unfortunately, this year we had to postpone our cleanups, postpone them to October, and so that's the reason why this year we are doing an online fundraiser called E-Cleanup for Earth Day. We're fundraising this week, and it's truly important for us to get support from you all, from donors, from funders, so that we could continue doing our work, so that we continue providing education programs to students, so that we could continue doing community work and policy work. So please, if you believe in our work and what we do, go visit our website, FoLAR.org, and click on that donate button. It would mean so much to us. And once you donate, you will be entered into a raffle. And you'll enter and have a chance to win a basket of goodies, some Patagonia items, and a beautiful book as well. If you want to learn more about the importance of fundraising and more about the raffle, check out our story and meet Kenyatta, our Director of Development. And yeah, please, we would be very, very grateful for you if you could contribute. Okay, and so to end my segment, I would like to take a moment to remember our founder, Lewis McAdams, who unfortunately passed yesterday. And it's a very sad loss for us because he is truly the greatest river champion. He founded FoLAR in 1986. After him and just a couple other friends went down into the river during a time when it was illegal for you to do that. You couldn't go down into the river. It was not even called a river. It was a neglected site. But him and a couple other friends dared to go down, and they were completely inspired by their surroundings, and they decided to start an organization, and they decided to start fighting for the river. And ever since then, FoLAR has been working hard to connect people to the river, to educate them, and just to really change people's perspective on how they see the river. So during this time, I would like to read a poem to remember Lewis. He was also a great, great poet. So I found a short poem that was shared with me from one of his books called Dear Oxygen. It's a short and sweet poem. It goes, I belong to the smoke from a wood fire, to the river bending south, to the hills of earth, and to the imagination, extragalactic poetry lovers, yet eons hence remember me as one who called himself a country boy, yet wrung his songs out of the city. All right, again, thank you all so much for joining me. Please stay tuned. At 5, my colleague Michael will be conducting a State of the River address live on the river, which is going to be awesome and really, really exciting. So I hope you tune into that. And also on our Instagram, we have a template, a questionnaire template that you could screenshot, fill out, and share in your own story. And don't forget to tag us, FoLAR.org. Thank you. Bye-bye.